Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Redskins. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Yellow, I've got one lady. Check 53. They can't hang with us. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
First carry for James Conner. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Mahomes. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Yellow, yellow. Let's go, little lady. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Mahomes now on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Switch.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Yellow. All lady. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Dancing to his left.
Let's make these babies proud right now.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Looking for Woods that time. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Tighten up.
On 2nd down now, Richard. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Yeah, 60 outlaw. 51. Every hook, 64.
On 3rd down, Richard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, Richard. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. To throw on second down, Fields. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Coverage there by Kevon Seymour.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Slam. Check 26, check 26.
Back to throw. Fields. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Yellow. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Go now.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Check. Watch the air.
On first down, Mahomes. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Mahomes to throw. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
A gain of 40 yards. First down, Minnesota.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check. Check 4, check 4. Check. Slam, slam, slam. Yellow.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Hey, Ridley, Ridley.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Kill, kill, kill. Check 3, check 3. 53 is the mic.
Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go, here we go. 60 yards. Hey, it's time to, hey, let's go. It's time to crack. Let's go, D. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Fields. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Throwing on second down. Mahomes. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd and 4. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Hey, 15.
Mahomes to throw once more. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Check pass. Yellow. You got 15. You got check nine. Check. Cross. Charlie. He's crossing. He's checking.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Looking right sideline. That's complete. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. And somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Tony Pollard, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Check three, check three, check three. Whip, take. Whip out. Off.
Operating from the gun, Fields. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking to throw. Fields. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. D.D. Westbrook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Breaks a tackle. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Shoot. Yellow.
Mahomes now to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
53, Mike. I'm seeing 6. 53 is the Mike. Yeah, I got you. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On second down, Richard. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
On second down now, Richard. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Right here, guys. Fight.
Back to throw. Fields. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On second down, Pollard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Mahomes now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now it's Mahomes again. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check, 59, 59. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
In your face.
Hey, 57, 57.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Fielded at the 20. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check the backer. Switch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. On 1st and 10, Fields being chased out left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Fields looking long for Westbrook. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Washington. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Yellow.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
It's complete to Hopkins.
Here comes the ball.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 6 yards in the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by James Bradbury. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Mahomes to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe.
59 mark, check, 59. I know he ain't got it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 13 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Here we go.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
You better be afraid of me. 15. 59 mark.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on 1st down. Richard fighting his way through contact and able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give the Redskins 13 there on a 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, Richard. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Check.
And to give this time to the tailback.
Go. Let's run.
And now look at him go. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 34.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
On 1st down, Richard. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. 2nd and 11. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Richard. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. On 4th down, Fields. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.